Om Vishnupadaya Krishnaprishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desha Tarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Govind, Radha Govind, Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Shri Radhe. Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jayo Vrindavan Dham. Jayo Janmashtami, Jayo Baladeva, Subhadra Maharani, Jayo Sudarshana. Jayo Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Jayo Nitai Gaurango. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Nitai Gaurang ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, today we'll be talking about Janmashtami. Janmashtami is celebrated throughout, not just only in India, but throughout the whole world. Now, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, it's been celebrated throughout the whole world. And it's very, very special festival. So we'll be talking about Janmashtami and some commitments, how we should celebrate some Janmashtami. Devotees celebrate very specially. What is so special and how we are going to celebrate it, that we will discuss today. Generally, now Prabhupada, when he went to the Western country, Srila Prabhupada 1960s में 65 में जब अमेरिका गए, And Prabhupada started preaching Krishna consciousness. भगवान कृष्ण की जो शिक्षाएं हैं भगवत गीता and the teachings of the Vedic literatures, when he started propagating in the Western countries, everyone was awestruck. And they all were frustrated with their life. They all were very opulent. Americans generally, they are all very opulent. They don't have any challenge, any problems related to poverty or all such things. So they are all very rich, opulent country, opulent people. But they all were going through a lot of frustration. So much so कि वहाँ पे लोग जो हैं, they have a movement started called a hippie movement. And so when Srila Prabhupada started preaching the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, they all became very much attracted to these teachings. Because these teachings, when they heard from pure devotee, from Srila Prabhupada, then they started getting answers to all their questions. Because of which they were facing so much of frustration in life. Why these things are happening? Why there is suffering? What am I doing? What is happening all around me? Why so much of politics? Why so much of diplomacy? So all the questions which were there in their mind, and they were not getting answers for these questions. Generally, when we don't get answers to our questions, we generally get frustrated with life. Yes or no? Yes. So they all started getting answers to the question when they started attending the classes of Srila Prabhupada. And then from Srila Prabhupada, they heard about who is God. In America, there is a saying, in God we trust. I think late 20th century तक जो उनका इवन डॉलर होता था और सेंट्स होते थे उसमें लिखा रहता था, जैसे हमारे रुपीस में नीचे लिखा होता ना सत्य में विजयी थे, उनके में लिखा रहता था, ऊपर में इंस्क्राइब रहता था, इन गॉड वी ट्रस्ट. So Prabhupada, so many reporters, so many journalists, they used to come and they used to take interview of Prabhupada कि अरे आप एकदम से suddenly आप आए and आपने यहाँ पे एक revolution create कर दिया. Now everyone here, they are all interested about the science of Krishna consciousness, science of Bhagavad Gita, they all want to know. So आपने ऐसा क्या revolution create किया? So everyone was, जिनको नहीं पता था वो सब बहुत ही inquisitive थे to know about what is this movement, who is this Swamiji, what teaching he has brought from Indian culture and what he is teaching. तो सब प्रभुपाद के पास आते थे and journalists they used to ask questions. So जो generally जो एक बहुत ही common question रहता था, प्रभुपाद से किसी ने पूछा कि can you show me God? If you have so much of faith in God, can you show me God? So Prabhupada's answers used to be very, very satisfying. Prabhupada used to not just answer their question, but they used to make them realize what is the fallacy in their question. उनकी question में कहाँ पे mistake है उनको realize भी करा देते थे. He was a simple man. But because he was a pure devotee, he could satisfy everyone. Whoever used to come to Prabhupada used to get completely satisfied. So एक बार जब किसी एक रिपोर्टर ने इस तरह से पूछा, can you show me God? So Prabhupada immediately asked, what qualification do you have? What qualification do you have? Reporter was completely, does that require some qualification? Yes. Why not? Even in this material world, जब हम देखते हैं, प्रभुपाद has given so many examples. One of the example, very nice example, what Prabhupada gives. कि जैसे आप जब किसी एक मशीन के पास जाते हैं, say for example a vehicle, a car, उसमें एक engine है, some system is there, something is there, है ना? And suppose you are driving the car and somewhere ये जाके गाड़ी जो आपकी रुक जाती है, and then you, because you don't have much knowledge about कि क्या होता है, तो आप बोनट तो खोल देते हैं, but you don't get any idea कि what has happened. Yes or no? But if you take it to a mechanic, what the mechanic will do? Immediately he'll do something here and there. In 2 minutes, car is ready. It's working now. Why? What is the difference? क्योंकि जब आपने बोनट खोला, जो आपने देखा वही मैकेनिक ने भी देखा. Is there any difference in your seeing and mechanic seeing? There's a difference. What is the difference? Knowledge is the difference. When the mechanic saw, he saw with, when you saw in ignorance. So similarly, if for an ordinary thing, to understand an ordinary thing, you require knowledge. So for a supreme personality of Godhead, for the God, don't you require any knowledge? देखना ही सब कुछ नहीं होता. In the West, there is a philosophy. Seeing is believing. जो मैं देखता हूं उस पे मैं विश्वास करता हूं. But this is not actually a very good qualification. देखते तो हम बहुत कुछ हैं और बहुत कुछ नहीं भी देखते हैं. But we believe that. It's not just with your eyes you can see God. देखना सिर्फ आंखों से ही नहीं होता है. एक होता है दर्शन. देखने को संस्कृत में कहते हैं दर्शन. दर्शन केवल आंखों से नहीं होता है. दर्शन किससे होता है? ज्ञान दर्शन भी होता है. With knowledge also you see. Just like this great scientist. Yes? So they also see this world. You also see this world. You see with your ordinary eyes and you have your own definition about what this world is. But when the scientists, philosophers, when they see with knowledge and they see in depth what is this world. And so they have explained also. And so they will give explanations. Oh, you are able to see only this table, but this table is actually, it's combination, it's made up of some atoms, some molecules. In that atom, some electrons are there, protons are there, so this thing is there. So many technical things they will explain. So who is God? What is this creation? Who am I? In one place, Prabhupada says, yes, in God, you all people, you have trust in God, but you don't know who that God is. हमको बहुत अच्छा ये है कि in God we trust. But do you know who that God is? In the person you trust, you know who that person is? We don't know. The Prabhupada used to question many times. Your government, your whole population, everyone in the Western country, they say, in God we trust. आप तो लिख के देते हो, in God we trust. But do you know who that God is? So this is the missing. If we don't have sufficient knowledge about who the God is, unless you have sufficient knowledge about a person, how will you have faith in him? How will you have relation with him? How will you have connection with him? How will you perceive him? जैसे ही सब जब हम सुनते हैं there is a God, तो हमारे mind में blank. Who that God? We don't know who that God is. Some energy, something, we don't know. There's no definition. Yes, there is some God, but what is that God? Who is that God? No idea. So Prabhupada says, this is the difference. What I am teaching is not just I am teaching about God, I am preaching godliness, not just that, I am even telling from the scriptures, from the Bhagavad Gita, from everywhere, these details are there. The God is Krishna. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. In Sanskrit, God means a controller. And so everyone in this world are controller to some level, yes? So हम देखेंगे, there is something you are able to control, but you are not the supreme controller. You are also being controlled by someone, yes? And that person is also being controlled by someone. So we have some control, but we don't have the ultimate control. But the supreme controller is Ishvaraha Parama Krishna. There is no one who is equal to him, and there is no one who is superior to him. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. All this knowledge, everything is given. Just that because we have not read it, just that because we have not studied it, just that because we have not experienced it. It's not just a theoretical knowledge. If you practice this science, you will experience it. Everything, not just about God, but even about your own self. Who you are, what are the senses, what is this mind? My senses are going in all different directions, my mind is also going in all different directions. I don't have any control. What kind of God you are? You don't have control over your own self. हम पे तो अपना ही खुद का कंट्रोल नहीं है. But everyone has this feeling. क्या? In the subtle intelligence, every one of us, we think that we are all great. We are all God. God is great. Say na? Another slogan. God is. But we replace the first word. No. How can God? I am also great. If God can do what, why I can also do. Why we deny God? Because we want to prove that we are greater than. So there is some enviousness. So what is the qualification? How will we understand God? The qualification is purity. First, look in yourself. Your heart is filled with so much of sin. Heart is filled with so much of dirty things, anarthas. And Krishna says, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, when he explains himself, he is Paramam Pavitram Bhavan. He is very pure. Same quality of Krishna, you cannot understand Krishna. Unless you become pure, you will not be able to understand. Supreme pure. First, we have to purify our heart. So the process of attaining the qualification is Cheto Darpana Marjana. Cleaning the heart of all the dirty things that is there. And how we will get cleansed? Very simple. Just associate with Krishna. The more you associate with Krishna, why Krishna has descended? भगवान क्यों अवतार लेते हैं? His only purpose is to attract all of us with his pastimes, with his leelas, and with his knowledge. He gives us the meaning to our life. Actually, we do not know what for we are living. हम आपसे अपने आप से क्वेश्चन अगर पूछेंगे, अरे भाई, why for I have taken birth? Is there any purpose? What for I am living? Is there any purpose? हम सबका एज around 20-25 years, right? The 30 years back, where you were? Are you a product of some chemicals or some? Do you believe that? You just came out of nowhere for no purpose. life has a very big purpose. Life is very meaningful. We don't know what is the meaning of this life. We're living for no purpose. And we have created our own purpose. Because we don't know what for this life is, हम अपने ही खुद के purpose के लिए we are living. And we are running. There is a race. So Krishna comes to give us the meaning. What is this body? Why this body is growing? We should be very, very inquisitive. The first qualification to know God is Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Jigyasa must be there. Oh, who am I? What is this body? Why this body is growing? Some 10 years back, I was a child. Right? My body is only this much. Then it has grown now. It has changed. The features has changed. Everyone, whoever I am seeing all around me, everyone's body is growing with time. What is this time? It's destroying everything. I don't want to grow old. I don't want to become old. But I'm getting old. Time is a controller. Why time is controlling everything? It's controlling my life, everything, my body, my desires. What is this desire? Why am getting so many desires? Where from it is coming? What is the source? What is the reason? How this body is functioning? हम देख रहे हैं ये माइक है, इट्स फंक्शनिंग, यस? सो किसी ने इसके पीछे कुछ वर्क किया है, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज फंक्शनिंग, राइट? अपने आप से ये कहीं से आके अपने आप फंक्शन नहीं करने लग गया. Somebody has worked on it, right or no? This camera, it's working. Here, appliance, everything here, somebody has worked, and so that it's working. So हर चीज में यहाँ पे लाइफ में मैं जो भी चीज देखता हूँ, जिसको भी एक्सपीरियंस करता हूँ, somebody has worked behind it. Somebody has put his intelligence. That's why it's working. The world is, nature is working. So how am I working? How this body is working? And what is this death? What is birth? Why these diseases? Why just not this human body? Why so many different varieties of bodies are there? There's a body of insect, है ना? उसमें भी feelings हैं, उसमें भी emotions हैं, उसमें भी eyes हैं, उसमें भी उसका भी birth है, उसका भी death है. Just like what I am going through, all other species of life, they are going through. Insects are there, birds are there, animals are there, so many varieties of animals are there. So many reptiles are there, trees are there. So all these questions, when we start inquiring why. So then you will get answers here. Who you are, what this body is, how you can utilize this body to, how you can be more efficient, what is the purpose of mind, how mind can be controlled, how the senses can be controlled. अंदर जो अनर्थ हम जो बात कर रहे हैं, जो हमारे अंदर जो इतनी कमियां हैं, how that can be cleansed. What is the purpose of life and who that God is and why He has created this world and why He has created me. I have father and mothers and I have some emotions with them, yes or no? And after some time they go away. My near and dear ones, they go away. Why they go away? Who is the controller of their lives? One day I will also go away. Came from nowhere, went to nowhere. Did something here. So Krishna, when he appears, he appears to give the meaning to life. Why we have taken birth, what is this world, why there are miseries, how we can come out of the miseries, who Krishna is, And then Krishna not just explains this much, he explains that there is life with Krishna. And how we can get into the life, in that life where we can live with Krishna. And what that life is. What kind of life is when we live with Krishna. So that he shows with, no, through his pastimes, his leelas. And how Krishna appears? ये Krishna book है, written by Srila Prabhupada. Very nicely Prabhupada has explained all the pastimes of Krishna. So in this book Prabhupada explains कि how Krishna appeared. भगवान कैसे अवतरित होते हैं. So the pastimes जो होते हैं इस तरह से start sequence इस तरह से start होता है that there were so many demons at that time, some 5,500 years back in the Dwapar Yuga. And उन सभी demons में जो सबका जो प्रतिनिधि करता है, जो राजा होता है, a very powerful Kans. उनकी एक बहन होती है, नाम क्या होता है उनका? देवकी. And Devaki was married to Vasudeva. And so when Vasudeva and Devaki they were going in the chariot, and Kansi उनका chariot जो drive कर रहा होता है, so there was a Akashvani. And what was the Akashvani? अपनी जिस बहन की तुम शादी करा के इतने अच्छे से उसको लेके जा रहे हो, do you know? 8th son of Devaki will kill you. So demons का एक नेचर होता है, वो क्या करना चाहते हैं? अपने लाइफ को और अपने सब चीज को कंट्रोल करना चाहते हैं. हो, I will never die. मैं भी देखता हूँ कैसे मरूंगा. Then what he did? वसुदेव और देवकी को कारागार में डाल देते हैं. Still there is a place in मथुरा जो हम जाते हैं, जन्म स्थान, वहाँ पे वो कारागार still is there. तो वहाँ पे when Krishna appears, and then जहाँ पे कारागार होता है वहाँ पे देवकी और वसुदेव होते हैं, and उनको वहाँ पे बहुत सारी यातनाएं होती हैं. One after another they had babies. So everyone was killed by Kans. So जो 8th son होता है was Krishna. So जब Krishna appear होते हैं, कैसे होते हैं? That is explained. First Krishna appeared in the mind, in the bhavana, in the feelings of Vasudeva. Vasudeva became conscious of Krishna. Vasudeva में भावना के रूप में भगवान क्या होते हैं? So Krishna consciousness of Krishna or the bhavana of Krishna is not different from Krishna. This is another science. Everything you will explain. Prabhupada says these are the two books. One is Krishna and the second book is. So these two books are sufficient to know everything and to understand everything. Though Prabhupada has written 60 books, more than 60 books, this book, much thick books. But Prabhupada says these two books are good enough. Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. To know about Krishna, to know about you, and everything you will get. So इस Krishna book में Prabhupada बता रहे हैं, and Bhagavad Gita में Prabhupada बता रहे हैं, is another science to understand God. God is a person who is not just a person. His name, his thought, his pastimes, his actions, his remembrance, everything is not different from Krishna. Means anything you access. Just like Arjun के पास क्या क्या एक अच्छा चीज था कि कृष्णा वॉज प्रेजेंट बिफोर हिम इन पर्सन? यस, वी मे थिंक, ओ कृष्णा इज नॉट प्रेजेंट बिफोर मी इन पर्सन, तो मैं कैसे उतना बेनिफिट ले सकता हूं जितना अर्जुन को बेनिफिट मिला होगा? ही डायरेक्टली हर्ड भगवत गीता फ्रॉम कृष्णा. So this is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. We can also get the same benefit what Arjuna derived in the presence of Krishna. But just by chanting the name of Krishna, we can associate with Krishna. Just by thinking of Krishna, we can associate with Krishna, just like Arjuna associated with Krishna. Just by reading his book, his Bhagavad Gita, we can associate with Krishna directly. It's a direct association, and the effect is the same. There's no difference in the effect. जब कोई भी एक्शन होता है तो उसका कुछ ना कुछ रिएक्शन होता है. Yes? When you meet Krishna face to face, or you hear about Krishna through your ears, reaction is the same. So वसुदेव को क्या हुआ? वसुदेव के हार्ट में कृष्णा अपीयर हुए, and there was a feeling. He was feeling for Krishna. His feelings got connected to Krishna. He became Krishna conscious, and from his consciousness, Krishna then transferred to the consciousness of Devaki. His consciousness transferred in Devaki consciousness. Krishna appeared from Vasudev's consciousness to the Devaki's consciousness, in the heart of the Devaki. And as soon as Devaki के heart में then Krishna appear होते हैं, she realizes that yes, in the womb Krishna has appeared. And as soon as she realized that Krishna has appeared in the womb, उनका womb जो है वो पूरा बड़ा हो जाता है, तो उनको सेंस हो जाता है that yes, Krishna is there, the Supreme Lord is there. And कैसे उनको पता लगता है कि Supreme Lord has come? Because generally क्या होता है, प्रेगनेंसी में it takes 9 months minimum, yes, 7 to 9 months time. एंड प्रीवियसली जो देवकी के जो 7 जो उनकी संतान थी वो बिल्कुल उसी प्रोसेस से हुए थे. इट टुक सम 7 to 9 years, बट दिस टाइम शी गॉट प्रेग्नेंट इन जस्ट अ मोमेंट, just by thinking of Krishna. Krishna appeared in her womb, and she realized, yes, so he is not an ordinary baby. Some extraordinary power. Someone has come. The Supreme Lord has come. And because she had heard Akashvani ki, yes, so then she realized that Krishna has come. And then all her senses, everything is enlivened. उनको ट्रांसेंडेंटल एक्सपीरियंस होने लगा. जो भी उनके पेन्स थे, सफरिंग्स थी, जो उनका what all she was going through in उस कारागार में, everything she forgot. She became completely happy, satisfied, no problem, full of transcendence. In no time भगवान उनके वूम से कहाँ अपीयर हो जाते हैं? उनके पास. And then when Krishna appeared, he was not like an ordinary. His birth is not ordinary. His activities are not ordinary. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. क्या श्लोक है? जन्म कर्म चा में दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्वतः. My janma, my karma is दिव्यम. हमारा और जन्म होता है वो दिव्य नहीं होता है, इट्स ऑर्डिनरी. हमारे कर्म जो होते हैं वो Not even ordinary. Less than ordinary. But Krishna's Janma and his activities, everything whatever Krishna does is Divyam, transcendental. Don't think that Krishna is just like one of us. He may appear like one of us, but he is not one of us. So when Krishna appeared, he was a small baby in the form of a small baby, but he had 4 hands. In the one hand there was a small club, gada. In the one hand there is a small chakra. In one hand there is a small lotus flower, and there is a conch shell. And his hairs are there, curly hairs are there, and he is wearing a yellow dhoti. And there is a bracelet, there is a necklace, all jewelries are there, and there is a helmet. That's how Krishna born. And so Devaki and Vasudeva, when they saw Krishna, they started praying their obeisances. Oh, O Supreme Lord, please forgive us for all our offenses. Please bless us, give your mercy. So then Vasudeva requested, Vasudeva ने request किया भगवान से कि भगवान, we are not able to experience कि हम आपके father and mother हैं. That relation is not there. आपको देख के तो हम ऐसा वो feeling नहीं आ रहा है. Please take the 2-handed form. And the another reason is because there are so many soldiers, they will get to know that you are the Supreme Lord. That's the parents' feeling. Because being parents of Krishna, उनके अंदर क्या feeling था? Mother and father generally they have so much of emotion for the baby. Even if the baby is the supreme personality of Godhead, they will think कि, oh, somebody may harm you. So in that innocence, Vasudeva said कि, oh Lord, there are so many soldiers in Kansa, they will get to know, and they have killed our 7 babies, and they may come and they may harm you. Please, you take the 2-handed ordinary form. So then Krishna came in the 2-handed ordinary form. But the 2-handed ordinary form of Krishna is the real form of Krishna. So that's how Krishna appeared. And then Vasudeva उनको कहाँ लेके जाते हैं? मथुरा से गोकुल लेके जाते हैं. कैसे लेके जाते हैं गोकुल? And so as soon as Krishna जैसे ही desire करते हैं, because Vasudeva desired कि आपको हमें प्रोटेक्ट करना है, ये जगह इज नॉट सेफ, तो भगवान उन्हें रिवील करते हो कि टेक मी टू द नंद बाबा's हाउस. क्रॉसिंग यमुना रिवर, यू कैन टेक मी टू नंद बाबा's हाउस एंड देयर आई विल बी देयर इन हिज प्रोटेक्शन. सो जब वसुदेव भगवान को लेके टोकरी में लेके जाते हैं, एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंड? ऑल मिरेकल्स स्टार्टेड हैपनिंग. When we practice, all of us, when we practice Krishna consciousness, जब हमारे भी भावना में भगवान अपीयर होते हैं, जैसे वसुदेव की भावना में भगवान अपीयर हुए, एंड क्योंकि वो इनकारनेशन का टाइम था, भगवान के अवतार लेने का टाइम था, इसलिए अब उनकी भावना से वो भगवान अपनी फॉर्म में भी मैनिफेस्ट हो गए, क्योंकि उनको बहुत सारे पर्पस फुलफिल करने थे. बट भावना में हमारी भी भगवान अपीयर हो सकते हैं. बहुत इजी है, वेरी इजी. जस्ट थिंक ऑफ कृष्णा एंड चैंट लाउडली, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Again, there is a difference in chanting. Though anyone can chant Krishna's name, what is the difference? What is the difference between anyone's chanting and a devotee's chanting? Huh? Someone may chant Krishna's name with no faith. You know? But a devotee chants Krishna's name with great faith. So that makes the difference. That makes the difference. The devotee chants Krishna's name with so much of feeling for Krishna. For him, Krishna is everything. And so Krishna becomes very much pleased with such a devotee. When a devotee calls out him feelingly, "Oh Krishna, where are you?" So Krishna immediately reciprocates. Whereas an ordinary person with no feeling, with no faith, when he chants, then Krishna does not reciprocate. Though the chanting of Krishna's name is so powerful that it gives you so much of piety and so much of sin, so many sins are eradicated just by chanting one name of Krishna. But love of Krishna comes when we chant faithfully. तो जैसे ही हम भगवान का नाम faithfully लेते हैं, feelingly लेते हैं, Krishna actually appears in our consciousness. He appears just like he appeared in the consciousness of Vasudeva. Or that's what we are discussing. As soon as we take the name of Krishna feelingly and Krishna appears in our consciousness, just like Vasudeva and Devaki, they were feeling so much of transcendental experience, no misery, though life is so miserable, so much of challenges, so much of this thing is there, but they were feeling that they're as if they are no more in any misery, in material misery, threefold miseries of material life. They're feeling completely transcendence. So we can also experience the same transcendence. And when Krishna appears and when we have this transcendental understanding, and just like in this case, Vasudeva, when he started taking Krishna to Gokul, miracles started happening. You know? Similarly, what happens? When we chant Krishna's name and when Krishna appears in our consciousness, then you'll not believe what will happen in your life. But you will experience only if you practice nice. So first, for that we have to read, understand, and then we have to start practicing. So then what happened? Vasudeva started taking first miracle. What happened? All the soldiers, they slept. Yog Nidra mein. They all went into deep sleep. And then second, what happened? All the doors started opening without key. And then Krishna also tests his devotees. Not just the miracle happens. Even Krishna puts us in difficulties also. Not just life will be very good. When we practice Krishna consciousness, when we practice bhakti, you'll go through a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. Why? Why Krishna will put you in so many challenges and difficulty? Why? Because he wants to test you. He wants to test your faith. Is it just an artificial faith? Or are you really in your heart? You have emotions and you have feelings for me. Krishna just wants our love. You really love God, or it's just an artificial, mechanical. So then Krishna puts us in some difficulty. Just like in Vasudeva's case, there started happening heavy rain. And then when he reached Yamuna's bank, Yamuna actually was overflowing. And Yamuna में बहुत high waves थे. And so he took Krishna. Krishna was there in एक छोटी टोकरी में and took it on his head. And then when he started crossing Yamuna, तो जैसे जैसे वो यमुना में जाते जा रहे थे, रेन बहुत हैवी होती जा रही थी और यमुना में वाटर जो बहुत ही टर्बुलेंट होता जा रहा था, वेव्स बहुत ही टर्बुलेंट होते जा रहे थे. एंड पानी कहां तक आ गया था? कहां तक आ गया था? And then, but he was not stopping. In his service to Krishna, in his devotional service, he was not stopping. Why? Because his full faith in the Lord, Supreme Lord is with me. What will happen to me? Nothing will happen to me. Let me just continue my service enthusiastically. So अपने पूरे उत्साह के साथ भगवान की सेवा में थे. भगवान ने उन्हें बोला था गोकुल लेके जाना है, तो चाहे कितनी भी बारिश हो, कितनी भी कैसा भी तूफान हो, कैसे भी, yes, I have to do my duty, my service to the Lord. And in the course of that service, I will not care for my pains and pleasure, the challenges which I may come across, difficulties which I may come across. No, I will not care for them. Why? Because I love Krishna. So जैसे ही भगवान का वो टेस्ट आता है, but he continues, तो immediately क्या होता है? यमुना में एक पूरा यमुना पूरा अच्छे से रास्ता कर देती है. नो वाटर. टर्बुलेंस है रिवर में, आधा इस तरफ है और आधा इस तरफ है, बट देन इन द मिडिल पूरा पाथ इज क्लियर. एंड रेन से बचाने के लिए क्या आ जाते हैं? यस, अनंत शेष. So that's how Vasudeva took Krishna to Gokul and then leaves him there with Yashoda Maiya and Nand Baba, and then comes back with a baby, small baby girl. That was Yog Maya. And then in Gokul, Krishna starts performing his wonderful pastimes. बचपन में क्या लीलाएं करा, फिर बड़े हुए कौन कौन से डीमंस को मारा, कैसे मारा. All these demons actually हमारे आचार्यस रिवील करते हैं. These demons actually represent our anarthas. Each demon represents some anartha in us. And then Krishna killed all these demons, and if we can actually catch how Krishna killed them and how these demons were killed, we study nicely and then we work on ourselves. With the help of Krishna, with the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, हमारे भी अंदर जितने भी demons हैं, they all will be killed. Heart will become purified. So, what we will do for this Janmashtami is, now almost 1 month is there, right? आज क्या है? 16th July. And Janmashtami is on 19th July. 19th August, sorry. 19th August. So, today onwards, we will not celebrate Janmashtami on 19th August. We will celebrate Janmashtami throughout the month, 1 month. At least, actually we have to celebrate Janmashtami every day. We want Krishna to appear in our consciousness every day, and so that we have to chant every day. We have to celebrate the spiritual life, Janmashtami, like Janmashtami every day. सनातन गोस्वामी, जो कि बहुत ही बड़े मिनिस्टर थे एंड डिसाइपल थे भगवान श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के, उनको भगवान चैतन्य महाप्रभु बताते हैं भगवान के अवतारों के बारे में. एक सीक्रेट रिवील करते हैं भगवान के अवतारों को कैसे समझा जाए. तो बताते हैं कि भगवान के अवतार ऐसा नहीं होता कि भगवान has just appeared and then at one time he appeared and then after some number of years then he went back. No. Krishna's appearance and disappearance is always happening. Always Krishna is appearing, and at all time, every day, every time, Krishna, somewhere in one universe, Krishna appeared once in one day of Brahma. In one day of Brahma, Krishna appears once in one universe. But there are so many universes. Innumerable universes are there. Every moment in one universes, Krishna's appearance, this pastime, Janmashtami is happening. चैतन्य महाप्रभु एग्जाम्पल देते हैं, कैसे समझें इसको? ऐसा लगता है कि वो समझ नहीं आ रहा, बट वेरी नाइस एग्जाम्पल चैतन्य महाप्रभु गिव्स. वो बताते हैं कि जैसे सन है ना, rises early in the morning, say at what time? Say 5:30 a.m. sun rises. Yes? But in some part of the world, in the next moment also, next minute also, sun is 5:31 also somewhere sun is rising. And 5:32 also, sun somewhere in the world sun is rising. बट आपके लिए, आपके सामने जहां आप हैं, आपके लिए सनराइज कब हुआ? 5:30 a.m. Because you are limited. Sun's appearance, disappearance is not limited. Sun तो is always existing, eternally is there. But हमारे लिए क्या है? सन हमारे सामने manifest होता है at one time and unmanifest होता है at another time in the evening, say 7 o'clock. हमारे सामने, आंखों के सामने से दिखना बंद हो गया. अगर हमें एजुकेशन नहीं है अबाउट द वर्ल्ड, एजुकेशन नहीं है कि सन का अपीयरेंस और मैनिफेस्टेशन और अनमैनिफेस्टेशन ऐसे होता है, तो एक कॉमन सेंस से अगर हम समझना चाहेंगे अपनी, तो हमें क्या लगेगा? क्या लगेगा? कि 5:30 ही सन राइज होता है और 7 o'clock ही सन सेट होता है. बट दिस इज आवर लिमिटेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग. द एक्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज सन इज राइजिंग. जब आप नाइट में भी हैं, 12 o'clock समवेयर सन इज राइजिंग. सो इसी तरह से भगवान का अपीयरेंस, जन्माष्टमी हम सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं इस यूनिवर्स में, ऑन इस अर्थ प्लैनेट पे ऑन 19th of August. So 5,500 years back, on that particular tithi, on that particular day, Krishna appeared in this universe. So we are celebrating, commemorating that day, celebrating that day. But actually Krishna is appearing even now, somewhere in some other universe. इसी तरह चैतन्य महाप्रभु एक और एग्जाम्पल देके बताते हैं. Just like we say Krishna appeared in the family of Vasudev, in the family of Yadus, he is called Yadava, है ना? And हम बोलते हैं अरे भगवान कृष्ण तो द्वापर में आए, उनसे पहले कौन आए थे? भगवान राम आए थे, उनसे पहले कौन आए थे? नरसिंह भगवान आए थे. So ये everything is our limited knowledge. Krishna doesn't belong to one particular family or one particular lineage. Krishna doesn't belong to Yadu family. Because he appeared in Yadu family, he is called Yadava. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives example, because sun rises in the east, doesn't mean sun belongs to the eastern side. It's called eastern sun. But it appears in the east. So just similarly Krishna appeared in Yadu family. But Yadu family का कृष्णा से कोई ऐसा eternal connection नहीं है. So with this knowledge we understand that yes, Krishna appearance is a constant activity. And disappearance also. बोलते हैं अरे भगवान तो चले गए, 5,500 साल पहले चले गए. नहीं. Just like sun सेट हो गया. नहीं, सन सेट नहीं हुआ. आपके लिए सन सेट हो गया because your eyes are limited. You are limited. It's unmanifested for you. But the sun is still there. Somebody may say, oh, 5,500 years back Krishna left the body, left the planet. No. He is still there. And you can access him. So we will be celebrating Janmashtami not just on 19th of August. Let us all celebrate Janmashtami at least for 1 month. Shri Krishna Janmashtami ki. So how we'll celebrate? How we'll celebrate? We will celebrate by chanting the name of Krishna and by hearing the pastimes of Krishna. Early morning in the day, we'll start our day with chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And so that throughout the day, we'll be having remembrance of Krishna. And end of the day, because दिन में बहुत सारी activities होती हैं, but end of the day again we will do some Krishna conscious activity. What? We will hear about Krishna, Krishna Katha, hear about the pastimes of Krishna. Scientifically try to understand who is Krishna, what all Krishna's pastimes are there, and how Krishna performed all those pastimes. So we'll end our day by hearing the pastimes of Krishna. Prabhupada बताते हैं, if you before going to bed, if you hear about Krishna and भगवान की लीला सुनने के बाद उनका स्मरण अगर हम करते रहेंगे, then in the dreams also you will have Krishna conscious dreams. In the dreams also Krishna will appear. So we will have a sandwich program. Morning we will do chanting, night we will do hearing or reading. So let us take these two commitments, and for this we have made these two commitment cards. ये cards क्या है? One is my Janmashtami gift to Lord Shri Krishna. That I will be reading and hearing about Krishna for the next 30 days. इस Krishna book में there are total 90 chapters. हम लोग डेली 1 चैप्टर पढ़ेंगे, तो 30 days में कितने हो जाएंगे? And then it is up to you. If you want to read 2 more chapters in a day, so then you will be able to read 3 chapters in a day. पर वो आपके ऊपर है, it's your choice. But at least 30 chapters we will read. तो इसमें आप देख सकते हैं there are 90 boxes, है ना? So ये 90 boxes में आपको क्या करना रहेगा? Say suppose if you have read 1 chapter of Krishna, तो आपको क्या करना है? Tick 1. 2 chapters you have read, tick 2. So if you have read 30 chapters, at least 30 chapters we all will read together. उसके लिए हम आपको Zoom का एक लिंक शेयर करेंगे, आप उसको ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. तो नाइट में वी विल ऑल रीड और हियर अबाउट कृष्णा टुगेदर, और कुछ क्वेश्चंस होंगे, सो वी विल अंडरस्टैंड मोर एवरीथिंग इन डेप्थ. सो नाइट में वी विल बी रीडिंग कृष्णा बुक, ऑन Zoom वी विल रीड टुगेदर, एंड अदर देन 2 चैप्टर्स ऑल्सो यू कैन रीड. सो हमने यहाँ पे 90 रखा है, तो आप मैक्स टू मैक्स 90 चैप्टर्स पढ़ सकते हैं इन दिस 1 month, जो कि अचीवेबल टास्क है. टोटल पेजेस इन दिस बुक इज 900, तो एवरी डे इफ यू आर रीडिंग 10 pages, so 90 days यानी कि 30 days, 3 months में you will be able to read the complete book. But you can read more if you are reading 30 pages in a day, then you will be able to complete in 1 month. And this is another card, commitment card, is called Japa commitment card. My Janmashtami gift to Lord Shri Krishna. Extra rounds of Hare Krishna mantra chanted on or before 19th August 2009. So इसमें आप अपना नाम लिख सकते हैं, मोबाइल नंबर लिख सकते हैं, और हमने लिया है चैलेंज की फॉर कृष्ण. जैसे जब कोई बर्थ होता है किसी का, तो हम क्या करते हैं, उसको क्या देते हैं, कुछ गिफ्ट लेते हैं ना उसको. सो ये आपका गिफ्ट है आपकी तरफ से टू कृष्णा. तो क्या क्या गिफ्ट दे सकते हैं हम भगवान के लिए? चैंट कर सकते हैं भगवान का नाम। तो 108 राउंड्स मिनिमम वी हैव टू चैंट इन 108 राउंड्स। यस प्रभु, 108 राउंड्स वी कैन चैंट इन 1 month मिनिमम। पर आप उससे भी ज्यादा चैंट कर सकते हैं। तो अगर आप ज्यादा राउंड्स चैंट कर रहे हैं तो आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हैं नंबर ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा राउंड्स आई चैंटेड फॉर लॉर्ड। वहां पे आप कॉलम, ब्लैंक कॉलम है, वहां पे आप उसको फिल कर सकते हैं। सो एंड दिस कार्ड्स वी विल ऑफर ऑन द डे ऑफ जन्माष्टमी। जन्माष्टमी के दिन हम सब लोग आएंगे इन कार्ड्स को लेके, एंड ये कार्ड्स वी विल गिव टू कृष्णा। Krishna, this is my gift to you. I have read 30 pastimes and I have chanted 108 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And please bless me so that I can make more advancement in Krishna consciousness. You be with me always in my life so that my life will be blissful. So with this prayer we will celebrate Janmashtami and we'll be conscious of Krishna's Janmashtami for at least next 30 days. So ये commitment जो है ये बहुत important होते हैं। जब तक कमिटमेंट नहीं होते तब तक हम कोई भी चीज़ को एडवांस नहीं करते। सो विद कमिटमेंट्स वी एडवांस इन आवर स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ। सो इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी ऑल टेक सम कमिटमेंट्स। ये तो मिनिमम कमिटमेंट्स हैं जो इस कार्ड में है, बट यू कैन टेक मोर कमिटमेंट्स, इवन हायर गोल्स फॉर दिस 30 days एटलीस्ट। कुछ लोग ऐसा भी गोल ले सकते हैं कि ओके एवरी डे एटलीस्ट फॉर 30 days आई विल चैंट 16 राउंड्स। वैसे तो नहीं होता, वैसे तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है, उतना टाइम भी नहीं मिलता। लेट मी टेक अ लिटिल ऑस्टेरिटी 1 month at least in my life, if not every day in my life, at least for 30 days, at least for these 30 days। क्योंकि अभी तो एक अच्छा एसोसिएशन है, तो अभी एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, अभी कर सकते हैं साथ में। एक टास्क भी मिला, एक चैलेंज भी मिला, तो लेट मी टेक दिस चैलेंज। लेट मी डू 1 month 16 rounds chanting at least। So that also you can take. Somebody who's already chanting 16 rounds, he can increase, he can say I can chant 20 rounds every day 4 rounds extra। So like this, all of you, I request that you all take commitments with the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna Balaram. Let us celebrate this Janmashtami for 1 month. Let us be conscious of Krishna for this 1 month। Sri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai। So अभी से हम लोग शुरू करते हैं with 1 round of chanting। Let us start। कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा, श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की। थैंक यू वेरी मच। हरे कृष्णा।